Hey, this is Matt once again. What about to the video? This is another paid request, this time for Andrew Patterson. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Breaking Bad Season 1, Episode 3. Now, I reviewed the first two episodes, and so far, I liked it. I mean, Bryan Cranston really sells the Walter White character. This guy who's a chemist. He has a loving wife. He's got a kid. He's friends with a DEA agent played by Dean Norris, who I liked as an actor. I remember he was on the Tremors TV show with Michael Gross back in the day. He was also in the Bruce Willis Death Wish movie. What was it, 2018? So that's like one of his buddies. Anyway, he's a chemist. One day he realizes he's got lung cancer, doesn't know what to do, needs money. He wants money for his family. So he goes a bit into the other type of chemical business, including meth. One release another gets with this guy, played by Aaron Paul, who's a bit more of a loudmouth, not nearly as professional. By this point, there's this thing where they dealt with these other bad guys, and then they had to take care of the bodies, and Bryan Cranston told Aaron Paul, make sure you get this, you have to get rid of this body, there's a way to melt it, you have to get this specific thing. Aaron Paul decides to cheat it, so then the fucking body, it's melting because of the chemicals, but then Bryan Cranston wanted a specific thing because it would not melt through it. Well, the stuff Aaron Paul does get, it does melt through that fucking material, and then it melts through the damn floor, and so this gush of blood, guts, piss, and ass falls all the way down, splatters all the way around, a gore jamboree. And that's what they're cleaning up at the beginning of this episode. This damn melted body mess of goo and pus and parts. And that's, while they're cleaning that up, he's thinking back to a lesson he made much, much earlier in life about what all it takes to come up with what are all the elements that make up the human body. And he ends with, is that all that's makes up a human body? Yeah, you see it firsthand here. And there's definitely a show that you just see, you're not going to know what the hell's going to happen next. Like, where it's going to turn. And I just see why people got hooked on the show and kept watching over and over to see what would happen. There's gotta be more to a human being than this. As he's like taking the chunks and like dumping into the toilet to flush it. So a good chunk of this episode is there's still one person left. It's a guy named Crazy 8 who's locked in the basement with this bicycle lock on his neck to a pole. Aaron Paul says, hey, we flipped the coin, but you screwed up your part. Well, hey, we still flipped the coin, and like, coin is law, and you don't back out of a coin toss, a coin flip. You gotta do your job. You gotta get rid of that guy. And so this Bryan Cranston trying to figure out, will he let the guy go, or will he kill the guy? He even makes a list of reasons to let him live, reasons to kill him. And like, reasons to let him live is the right thing to do, Christian Judeo theology. At one point he brings a sandwich down, he collapses because of his sickness, the plate breaks, he wakes up, and he's like, ask the guy, like, give me a reason not to kill you. And then Crazy 8, I thought the actor who played Crazy 8 did a good job where they start talking back and forth, and Crazy tells about how his dad owned a furniture store, and then Bryan Cranston remembers that furniture store, and they both converse back and forth. And I thought the guy who played Crazy 8 did a nice job trying to lull. I knew something would happen eventually. There's no way this guy's gonna just be let go and not do anything. But you just see why Bryan Cranston's character wants to believe in it so much. While that's happening, there's a bit of a subplot where Bryan Cranston's wife, she had in a previous episode confronted Brian, like, what's going on? Oh, smoking weed. So she asks about it, and then her friend thinks it's the fucking son doing it, even though the mom says, no, no, it's not him. He's not doing it. No. I'm just wondering about a book I'm going to write. But she tells her hubby, and then Dean Norris takes the kid and has her see this hooker, like how bad her meth teeth are. I thought Dean Norris, he's a very fun character. He's got a good sense of humor when his scenes pop up. Definitely some nice levity to his character, but not overly goofy either. Dean Norris is a good character actor. And then you go back to Bryan Cranston, them. And I think this is also what really sells the show for me, is the desperation of how Bryan Cranston, almost like hope and wishing the gods somehow, some way that things could change and things could be fixed. Okay, I can let this guy go and I don't have to kill him and we just part ways, forget about all this. So he gets the tea, but also shows just how intelligent this guy is. This guy is a chemist. This guy is a teacher. This guy should be pretty smart. And he thinks about the plate that was broken, and he puts it together, and he realizes that one big sharp piece is missing. And he's freaking out, and he's hoping that he missed it. And he's like talking to himself, why are you doing this? Talking about the guy down there, like, guy, why are you doing this? Just, I could let you go, we could part ways. Like, why are you doing this? Just begging, wish, and hope, and things could be different, things could change. And Bryan Cranston sells the shit out of this scene. And that's what really makes this scene intense. And he slowly walks up to him, and the guy has to turn to get the thing unlocked, and the stillness. Like, it knows how to build tension well. And then Bryan Cranston, you even see like a tear go down his eye because he knows what he's got to do and he doesn't want to do it because he's not, again, he's not used to this. He's not a mercenary. He's not a drug, like a known drug dealer. Like, it's still very new to him. So if I unlock you, you don't stab me with that plate. So he has to choke the guy while the guy's wildly stabbing him, stabs him in the leg a few times, and ultimately does choke him out and strangle him. And he's got a tear down his cheek, and he's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But in such a believable, heartfelt way that you still feel sorry for Walter White. And yeah, there's a part he's like, well, yeah, he's a bad guy. He would have killed you, and maybe would have killed your family as well. Especially, I think you find out that he was a snitch. So, like, dude, if you're a snitch and you taught the cops, why wouldn't you just head out and you could have just told the cops? I mean, if you're a snitch, Oh yeah, here's a new guy. I know a bit about you because Aaron Paul's a loudmouth. So I don't know why he would try to kill Bryan Cranston anyway. Again, if I think he was a snitch for Dean Norris's character. So I'm like, yeah, if you're a snitch, why didn't you just snitch on him to the cops as well? I got another guy to talk to you. This guy, you know. But oh well. But like I say, it does a nice job establishing this Walter White character. For what I understand, throughout the show, he gets much more and much more, loses more humanity and becomes more of the dangerous type of character. For what I understand, if you watch the whole show, you definitely see this transformation from chemist to being, you know, a drug kingpin. And this definitely seems like a pretty interesting journey in itself. And Bryan Cranston really sells it. Sorry, he definitely sells the part extremely well. The other actors did fine. Had no issues with the direction of the episode. Like I said, I think the moment where he finds out the shard is missing and him trying to figure out what to do next and that slow build up to what you inevitably know is going to happen, I thought that was nicely well done piece of suspense. And overall, pretty decent episode. So I liked it. I liked it. Like I said, I like that it's not entirely predictable. Like I said, I mean, the last episode where all the body fucking melted. Damn. All the body melted through the damn ceiling, through the floor. And the last episode definitely told me that there's going to be some little twist here you don't see coming. But it's definitely a good human story as well. And I did definitely see how this made Bryan Cranston. You would say this is what made him a star. People knew Bryan Cranston, but this role definitely made people take notice. As to who the hell is this guy? Again, if they really are going to do that sequel to the Batman, you want to do Mr. Freeze, I think Bryan Cranston would be a great choice. Really, it could be just him being, Walter White. Instead of a sickness, it's this thing with the cold. He wants to take care of his family. Here, he wants to take care of his wife. He was a good man, a scientist, and now he's, well, not a drug dealer, but, Mr. Freeze. But, anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.